right, what's up, y'all? Good here. All right, been a little bit. We've traveled a bit, shot some matches, and we're here for a practice finally. Just to recap a little bit of the last 2 or 3 weeks, Micah and I traveled to Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, the 30th annual Mississippi Classic. This is a match I've been wanting to shoot when I started shooting back in the day, and I didn't really have the means to get out there. Opportunity came up to do it. Happened to be the 30th one, so that's kind of cool. Heard it might be the last one, heard it might not. I think I saw a post of them talking about it being back next year with the same crew at the same place, so I'll try to shoot it again next year. Super fun. Ended up shooting El Gordo and limited optics, A class, obviously. Came in 4th in A class, which, you know, it's good to have like a top 5 finish, right? But dude, the top 5 in A class were neck and neck. I think we were only like a few seconds apart and tens of points apart as well. So I think I'll correct myself, but I think I lost 3rd place by like 3 or 4 points. He had me on time, I believe, but it was so close that I can see in my match video where I lost the time that I could have easily made it up and taken 3rd, even fought for 2nd in A class. So to me, it's cool to see the progression, because last year I was, you know, going to majors as a B class shooter and was competitive in B class, right? And now this year I'm going to major matches and I'm being competitive in A class, right? Which was what you want, right? At least what I want. I'd like to be competitive. I don't think I'd be doing this sport as heavily if I didn't feel that I could be competitive in my class. It is fun, don't get me wrong, or being in contention to win is even funner. One thing that kind of stuck about that match is on the first day, second to last stage, got a damn foot sprain. So like, it was my foot, the ligament that's right here, you know, your leg comes down and your foot goes out, your toes. That ligament right there, man, I tweaked it real bad. And then I was hobbling after the stage, and then the very last stage, thankfully, was a short course. And I was kind of hobbling around, but not to make excuses, but that really sucked for the 2nd day, you know. I don't want to go out like that, dude. Yeah, I was a little frustrated. But there was 2 stages that really dropped me out of my placing. There are 2 long courses. So I don't know that, haven't dissected that enough to see if I need to work on long courses, because sometimes I do really good at them. But man, the short and medium courses, I shot really well. You know, coming in around 10th, give or take, in limited optics. You know, there was enough GMs there so that the match counted as a class percentage. So I ended up leaving there with 81 point something % of the winner. So that counted towards my classification, which is pretty cool. But then the weekend after that, I went to Double Tap Ranch for just a local match. And well, oh man, that local match, and also watching the Mississippi footage, really made me think of my training. I need to raise my floor up. I need to shoot more aggressively. I feel like my match shooting is like 80%, 75%. And I should be upping that closer to 90, 95 maybe. That comes from transitions. I saw in Mississippi, the transitions were slow. And then going back to talk about double tap, I shot the classifier, solid run, had like 3 Charlies on it, but I could have shot it half a second faster. Ended up with like a 74%. But if I change that to all alphas instead of 3, that's a GM run. If I change that to just 1 Charlie, that's a master run. Or if I would have just sped it up and kept the same hits, that would have been closer to master run. I think I'm on the right path. on what I'm working on. It's made me think of like, okay, I need to continue working on my confirmation stuff. That stuff's really been helping lately. Same match at double tap, I won like 3 stages in the overall. If that tells you something, I'm going in the right path. Big ass bumblebee, dude. So how am I going to work on aggression? Well, I have this set up out here, and it's going to work on all confirmation aspects of what I've been working on individually, right? Confirmation 1, 2, and 3. But the goal is allow myself to transition hard and to make sure I'm shooting the right split times for the distance of the target. If I maintain that mentality throughout the drill and work on transitioning really hard, I think this drill is going to help me a lot. So we're working on aggression and proper sight confirmation or shot confirmation. But first we're going to start off with our warm-up, which is our confirmation drill on a single target with some white pasters. So let's get started. All right, so we're going to start with our one-shot return. We're looking for the dot to return on the paster right after the shot breaks. We're tracking how it comes back, feeling our grip, making sure the grip's there. So here we go. Pretty good today. Grip has been real solid in dry fire. The dot is returning and tracking the same way every time. That one did dip under a little bit. That one was good. I think that's all about just grip pressures on where the dot is dipping. Again, I want to dip down a little bit. I think I'm over squeezing with the right hand a little bit. So when it dips down and to the left, I feel like I'm too much input with my right hand. So more input with left, less with right. Perfect. More with left, not so much with right. Really good right there. All right, we're keeping that same thing in mind. That one tracked over to the right a little bit in recoil, had to correct it. Tracked right back. I think I got one more. That's tracked really good. All right, here we go again. That one tracked up and settled on the right a little bit. Man, what a challenge is it to get the proper grip pressures. People are just like, just grip the gun hard. Well, it's not that easy. You can grip the gun hard and still shoot wrong. You have to grip the gun hard, but with the proper input, if that makes any sense. That is more what people should be saying, is don't just grip hard, grip appropriately hard. Confirmation 1, let's go from a draw. That felt good besides that one light strike. But again, this is my Servicio practice ammo, hard as fuck primer practice ammo. Decent grouping though, the gun was tracking all right. All right, and that was probably 17-ish splits. 16, 18, 18, 16, 16, 18, 18. First one was a 15. All right, now we're going to mid-20 splits. Really good group there. The gun felt really good. And we're doing 23, 24, 24, 24, 24, 23, 25, 24, 24, 24. Super consistent there. About mid-30s to 50s split. Really good right there. That was right where I needed it to be. Let's see, 45 split, 43 split, 41, 43, 44, 43, 43, 45, 43, 44. And then it was just shooting as soon as I needed it to be shot, which That was great. You guys were probably seeing some of those come in, but we'll look at the target here. This is my one-shot return, obviously. This is where you can start working on your grip pressures and grip inputs. You can see you shoot one and you see where you have to pay attention to where the dot returns, right? That's the key to this, is if you shoot and the dot goes, well, that means it's the wrong input, right? Or if it goes boom and it dips down, well, the wrong input again. So you have to really find the proper tension from each hand. And this is different for everyone and how you apply it. So this is a good warm-up for me. I really like starting with a one-shot return and then doing my sight confirmation. So this one got a little wonky just because I was getting the had the one light strike that kind of threw me off, but still I wish this was like this, right? Eventually they'll all look the same. That's the goal, right? Is to be able to split 20s and unders and have them under fist size for all of them. So this one, I had a couple that dropped a little too much for me. And again, that's just the input while you're doing the doubles, changing as you go. This one, I felt really in control the whole time. Had a couple that were low. I wish these weren't there, but that a lot were touching there. So this is like my 80 round warm up. That honestly, if I only have 100 rounds to burn at the range, I'm going to work on this. This has helped me tremendously lately. Even Micah said it started to help him, where Micah's a master already, but Micah's looking for that speed, I think, to make it to the next level and hopefully hit Grandmaster. We're done with this. I'm going to load mags, but I'll show you guys this over here. This is kind of the aggression drill that I had in mind. I'm going to be at about 5 yards from these two targets. And then we have one about 10 yards. We have one that's going to be about maybe 13, and then one that's at 15, but it's going to have a no shoot on it to kind of tighten up the shot, right? It's close, but it's still tough. So the goal is to be about right here, and it's aggression. It's okay, that is a 20 split. This is, I can speed up, pop, 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 pop. This is under 20 split. Then I got to go over there and do 35 to 40 split, and then transition here and probably do another mid 20 split, much like that one. So you're hitting all split aspects, and eventually I'd like to shoot that one just as fast as I'm shooting these up front. That could be a 20 split target for me, just like these two. That's what we're working on. Aggression, moving the gun hard, making sure we're keeping ourselves accountable on split times. If I'm slowing down, I'm failing today. The goal for today is aggression. I am gonna load some mags and then we're gonna get started. A few hundred rounds out here today. I'm gonna have a timer, but not to see the end of the run too much, mainly for checking split times. So, all right. Alpha Charlie, 2 Alpha, Alpha Charlie, 2 Charlie, 2 Alpha. And let's check these splits. So first split down there was a 22, which is good. I still dragged off a little bit because the Charlie's on the right side. Then I had a 16, 20, 17. So 16 split, 20 transition, 17 split, 43 on that far one. The dot just settled higher than I wanted it to. Their shots are like this close, but they're on the upper right of the Alpha, really close. And then the last target here was an 18 split with 2 Alpha. All right, split times are there. Let's just work on the hits then. Same kind of aggression. Alpha Charlie, 2 Alpha, Alpha Charlie. Did I mic down there? I might have mic'd on the first shot, but maybe I just can't see it here. We're gonna call Alpha Charlie for now, maybe a mic. And then here I came in and shot as soon as my dot hit brown, I shot Delta in the shoulder and then an Alpha. Need to let it sit and settle for just a minute. All right, much better. Alpha Charlie, Alpha Charlie, Alpha Charlie, 2 Alpha down there, 2 Alpha over here. Split times all feel good. Let's go backwards here. That was a 19 split, 45 split, 19, 18 with a 20 transition, and a 19 split down there. Probably afford to slow these down just a hair and get guarantees alphas like at a match, but right now we're pushing. Another Charlie that I saw. I didn't let the gun settle on the far target. 2 alpha over here though. 2 alpha, alpha Charlie, 2 alpha, Charlie alpha. And if we go backwards again, 24 split, 48 split, 18, 22, 18. Pretty close. I can still transition those a little closer, I think. And then an 18 split down there. But I had an alpha Charlie. Delta on the transition. 2 alpha down there, 2 alpha here, 2 alpha there, and 2 alpha there. But a delta on this transition. So it was a pop, 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 second shot. Actually, they were both. That's a Charlie delta. That Charlie wasn't there just now. So I'll show you guys targets here in a minute. 2 Charlies on the 5-inch, on the 5-yard target, just because we're transitioning hard. All right, let's do it again. Slowed it down a little bit there. Got alphas. All alphas there. No, 1 Charlie there. Alpha Charlie, 2 alpha, 2 alpha. So let's look at that. That was a 28. So I like that match pace for that one over there. I got 2 alphas. Right now, though, I want to get that lower of the 20s just because we're pushing. At a match, very acceptable. But again, we're raising our floor. Progressively overloading here so that when we can go back at it and our new floor is higher than it used to be. Alpha, Charlie, saw that one happen. 2 alpha, 2 alpha. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alpha Charlie, 2 alpha, alpha Charlie. All right, that was a little more match pace. It shows because that was all alphas right there. But let's see these splits. 25 split, 57 split down there, 20 split, 23, 20 split. Not bad, but that's a little bit match pace there. And then 23 split there. But what happened there was my eyes were ahead of the gun every single time because the dot was just appearing. Every time I looked at the target, then the dot softly landed afterwards. So that means that I'm not outrunning my eyesight, but we're pushing. We got to keep pushing. Don't get happy with that. We got to keep pushing. All right, here we go again. .21 split, 50 split, 19 split, 19 transition, 19 split. That's exactly what I want there. And that was 2 alpha, alpha Charlie, real close Charlie here though. And then a 21 transition from that first target to the middle here, which is great. And a 20 split down there, all alphas. Didn't like that. It's not as great either. All right, 2 more runs, and we're gonna look at targets, load mags. .424, Alpha Charlie, low Charlie, almost a delta. Another Charlie up here, clean. Alpha Charlie down there, Alpha Charlie down there. Kind of a dirty run. Oh, that felt really good. Another Alpha Charlie, 2 alpha, 2 alpha, 2 alpha, 2 alpha. Saw that Alpha, boom, Charlie. That was a bad grip from the go. All right, let's look at these. That right there that was my drawing target. So some of those shots were Charlie, and then you'd come up into the A zone. All right, so it'd be like Charlie low, alpha transition. I need to work on seeing more sight initially, and that's I'm trying to also speed up my draw, so we're working on all that aggression. Not too many dragged off shots, just that one Charlie there on the right. The two close ones here, which confirmation 1, which that's confirmation 2-ish on that first one. Confirmation 1 for sure here. Mostly in the center on that left target, more spread out, and I think that's because I'm coming in sometimes and I see the dot and I shoot on the left side of the target too soon, and then the ones on the right are when I'm dragging off too soon to go to the next one. The one on the right, you can see where a lot of those were dragged off shots, especially that delta all the way on the right side, right? And then down there, you can see that looks like one delta, 1, 2, 3 Charlie, and I know I had a miss on one of them because I didn't see my sights at all on one of those, but still kind of happy with how that one is. And then the last target is right there. That one has the 2 shots on the far left that I shot too soon, not letting the dot appear in the A zone. That's where those come from. And then some of the ones on the one on the top of the A zone, the one on the very bottom, and the C, I mean, but it's on the top of the A zone and the C zone, and then the C hit on the bottom right of it. Those are me not waiting for the dot to go back into the A zone, and improper grip input on that one. So far, accomplishing a lot of what I want to right now. It's a bit of an ammo burner, but man, I need to hammer down. It's what's holding me back. If I'm at my floor right now, I'm shooting 75 to 80%, but when I kick it up, I'm shooting 85 to 88, almost 90%. So if I want to hit master, I need to get on the gas. I need to raise my floor, make it more normal to be aggressive. I need to trust myself. I have a new mantra when I'm out there shooting. It says I don't tell myself to grip the gun hard. I don't tell myself to get points. I don't tell myself anything. The only thing I tell myself out there at a match in the last couple matches, and it's worked out, is trust thyself. I can do it. I've done it. I've had clean runs that are master, grandmaster level, but they're not consistent. Consistency is what we're after, so I need to trust myself. Trust thyself is what I've been saying right before I shoot. That's it. I need to let myself, my ego mind, I need to leave that behind when I'm out there shooting, and I need to let myself, my subconscious, my relaxed performance self come out and just trust it to do what it is capable of, because self will sabotage you by thinking, oh, you need to get all alphas, you need to get more points, you need to do this, you need to do that. No, just there's a point where after your walkthrough and you know where your feet are, you know what you need to split at every target. There's no more thinking, there's only doing. You need to leave your ego mind behind, is what I've been learning. That's been on my mind lately, to trying to better myself. That being said, I am going to paste all the Charlie hits and anything outside of the A, load mags, and then maybe try a few runs right to left on this next go around. So yeah. All right. Starting on the right. Slow transition, hesitated over here. 2 alpha, but hesitated. Alpha Charlie, really close Charlie. Bad transition. I went high up on almost hit the top A zone on the first shot. Alpha, 2 alpha, 2 alpha, 2 alpha down there. Little slow down here. That was a horrible run. 433. 2 alpha, 2 alpha, 2 alpha, but really slow on this transition. Really waited to confirm. Didn't really need to. 2 Charlie, alpha Charlie. Alpha dragged off Charlie. Clean here. Alpha Charlie down there, clean down there, but slow. 576. Obviously I had a light strike. I want to see what this last transition is. I don't like it. A 45 should be closer to 30. Nice. All alphas here. All alphas there. All alphas there. Yep. 415 clean. We got a 22 split, 42 transition. Could speed that up. 18 split, 21, 20 split, 45, and a 24. So that's on pace. It's a little bit closer to match mode that I would want. So let's work on speeding that up. I don't want to slow down here. We're doing good in the beginning. Nice. Had a Charlie on this one. Bad grip off the rip again. 402, 2 alpha, Alpha Charlie. No spider climbing on me. All right, so we got 1 Charlie there. No Charlies, no Charlies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Charlies on that far one. 1, 2, 3 outside of the A zone over here. All right, let's switch it up. Let's go left to right. Finally, a dragged off shot here. Clean down there, clean. Alpha Charlie. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 alpha. 1, 2, 3. Alpha Charlie. All right, that one I transitioned past the target, came back too much. Charlie Alpha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 alpha, maybe a close Charlie down there. 2 alpha, 2 alpha. Alpha Charlie. Did speed it up though. Little hesitation here. Going to that 2 alpha, 2 alpha, 2 alpha. Alpha Charlie down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out. 2 alpha there. A little slow right there. Again, over confirming here for some reason. Let it rip, dude. 25. That was a 51 transition from here to there. That should be a 30. Boom, 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 boom. I can feel myself hesitating. There we go. That was more like it. 4 seconds. 2 alpha, 2 alpha, Alpha Charlie. Can't tell down there too much anymore. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 11 shots outside, 12 shots outside of the A. 2 alpha there. All right, one more. Oh, bad grip. Oh, look at that. Great transition on that one. No drag off. Got a close Charlie here. I'm really seeing these finally. Pop, 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 pop. All right, let's look at targets again. That was just headshots I was shooting up there. We're not counting those as hits on the drill. The body hits are what we're looking at. Cleaned it up quite a bit, but I was shooting about 3/10 slower than the pace I started with. So I need to work on keeping the aggression up. I can tell I'm getting hot, I'm getting tired. But 3 Charlie on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4 Charlie on that one. That's it. These cleaned up also, but again, I shot this whole array slower than the first one. But I also was seeing more here because the splits were still there. Splits was still 19s and 18s right here. But I cleaned these up quite a bit. 1 close Charlie on that one, and 2 Charlie on this one right here. I was really happy with this. And then at the end, I was really happy with how I was splitting, going, 18, or 19, 18, boom, 20 split to another 22-ish that transition time was slower. So that's what I need to work on, is as soon as I see the dot cross into the A threshold, right? Let's just say this targets that one. As soon as I see, my eyes are there, but as soon as I see the dot, boom, I need to start firing, boom. And that's part of the aggression, where match pace, I hesitate a little bit. I need to work on aggressions, what we're working on today. So this one, I had a little bit more high shots on this than the earlier run. So this is like 50%, not great, right? There's like 50% Charlies. No deltas, but no penalties either. So I think I was letting the dot settle a little too high. So I need to ride that no shoot a little more on this one. Overall, not really happy with that, but we're pushing speed. I'm also not letting the dot settle as much. Now this one was my draw target, which that low shot was first shot. The ones on the left there are me dragging off to go to that one. And then that one right there was when I tried left to right, and my dot just did that. It went boom, and then it went alpha up to the right, and I let it go off there instead of just waiting a fraction of a second to go back there. So that was a 80 round warm-up, which that's going to be my warm-up, I think, every time I come out here. It really sets the pace, sets the tone, makes me work on my grip input. And then we shot about 280 or whatever rounds out here at this drill. This month we have no majors planned until we go to Arkansas State Sectional is the next major, but by then I will be shooting carry optics. This month I'm gonna shoot as many locals as I can, and then at the end of the month I will see which gun I'm gonna take to carry optics nationals, factory gun nationals. It will be the Tan4, the Glock. I'm gonna put them head to head. We're gonna make that video, and then we're gonna go into 3 months of heavy training with whatever platform I end up with, going into nationals mid-September. So I need to book my flights, I need to book my Airbnb, I need to get all that stuff done. I'm a little behind on it, but next weekend we won't have a practice, but we will have a match at XMG on Saturday. And then now this club is doing a Saturday-Sunday format for the local. I signed up for Sunday. So I'm on squad 3 on Sunday. So that's next weekend. I don't know when I'm gonna have another practice. It's gonna be a lot of matches. I might squeeze in one more practice, maybe 2 in June. If I can shoot 2 matches per weekend, I'm gonna do it next month, just to try to get like 5 or 6 of them in, just to give one hard go before I switch platforms and switch divisions again. That is it for me and El Gordo guys out here at the Oklahoma City Gun Club. We'll see y'all next time out here at the range.